headliner, continuing of the video. This is our mapped out piece where we've got a curved one in the front, then a black, a white, a red, a blue, and a yellow. And here we have them all mapped out. We've got the front curved piece there, and then you've got the different colors, whatever they are, black, white, red, blue, yellow. So at this point, we can go ahead, we went ahead and strung in, we measured our rear window spring, and that rear window spring is about 69 inches long. So we've got new spring that came with the headliner kit from Sweden, and these are nice headliner kits. Probably the only issue you have with them is everywhere there's a seam, you end up with an overlap piece of material going this way, and when you run your spring through, it catches on the back side of those. It's kind of a booger. You need kind of a long little skinny rod to push in there and kind of get it straight. But 69 inches on the rear window, that's the piece that wraps around. That's this spring here, we've already got that in place. There are loops here that I don't know if they're holding loops or if they're for your World War II German or World War I neck roll, bed roll. It goes down underneath the deck board. But we went ahead and got this one cut, and you put new ends on it, screw those in and hook them. So the rear window is ready to go into place. Then this rear piece here, because there's actually 3 springs, so you've got a back spring, front spring, and a rear window spring. The back spring, that's the rearmost, it measures, the spring itself is just a little over 54 inches, maybe 54 1/4. And if you measure to the end of the hooks like I did here, it's about 54 3/4. It stretches so tight, it doesn't really matter. And if you leave it long enough, you can always cut it. And that's what we did here. We went ahead and left these long. And we'll go ahead and get the front in place first. There's little hooks we showed earlier in the video. And you want to hook the center first. Then each corner gets hooked. Then we carefully kind of set up the rods. The one thing I would do different, we did not bead blast these rods. This one's pretty rusty. I think if I was doing it again, I'd bead blast the rods. Clean those up first, paint them so they don't stain your inside. Hopefully these stand up like this so they won't, they won't stain the headliner, but probably not worth taking a chance. But once we get this all laid out like this, like I said, we'll set it up, we'll hook our front edges, set up our little stands underneath. And then we'll go ahead and do the rear window. We put the rear window in next. And then go ahead and tighten up the back spring. And then the last thing we do is tighten up one end of the circular or the hole. This spring here goes completely around the whole area and ends here. And we just cut that to length as we did it. I think it's pretty hard to measure that one. You could probably use the old springs over if they're not too rusty. We just put this one in. We thought it was easier to pull the interior out in this car. So this one's already in place and up and looks pretty good. We'll work a couple wrinkles out and then get the rear deck board in next, and then start with the rear seat, put the front seats back in, and this one will be done. And this is a 57 split windshield, and this one's a 59 GT 750. So a pretty rare car here. And this one we still got to pull the back seat and stuff out to get ready to put everything in. So anyway, keep your hands good and clean, and everything should be good. So start the front, work your way back. That's what we did. Get your rod set up, do your rear window next, put it in the channel around the rear window, then hook up your rear spring, and then hook up your main circumference spring. So my trusty helper, Steve Davis, he's worked on a lot of headliners on these old Saabs, and he came in and gave me a hand doing this, so we're gonna get her done. Thanks for watching, hope this helps you. And I believe this procedure will be the same for 92 and obviously 93 too. 96s are a different animal, and 95s. Those are square or rectangle. See you later, bye.